This year, the Royal Philosophical Society of Glasgow celebrates its 220th anniversary. Over 2 centuries of unbroken commitment to sharing knowledge and unpacking the complexity of the modern world at every stage of the Society's existence.
It's wonderful for a society like this to look back on its history, to think we've been here continuously for 220 years, and it's persisted because it's never been an elite group. Even from its very beginnings, it always encouraged diverse people, tradesmen, scientists, artists, manufacturers, and it of course still wants to be that kind of broad church of interesting and interested people. For young and old, a society like ours is where you can come and get information that's reliable, but you can also put questions, you can challenge the speaker, and you get your mind broadened, your perspectives broadened.
I think the real nice feature about being a member of a society like this is that you end up going to things that you wouldn't normally think of going to. And so even as a complete non-expert, when you go in there, you kind of suddenly realise it's a really interesting topic. You meet lots of people from very diverse kind of walks of life who are fellow members. And I get challenged with completely new things that I wouldn't think about. Like there's one on tonight which is about opera, which I wouldn't necessarily think I'm going to go to a lecture on opera, but there I'll be.
As General Director of Scottish Opera, I think it's my role and my duty to speak as widely and as loudly as I possibly can about opera. The overarching theme for my talk this evening is about the resilience of the art form. Here we are now in the 3rd decade of the 21st century. There's been a positive explosion of opera in form and content.
Yeah, I'd say it's very accessible. You don't need to be an academic. You can be a member of the public.
I think it's important to get exposure to topics that are outside of our discipline, because it's far too common for us just to sort of become very narrow and very focused, and it's nice to hear about everything else that's going on.
Arts, law, sciences, politics, it's such an eclectic mix.
I found nothing but sort of a welcome environment. People are often excited, just as you are, to hear why we're here and what interests us.
I think it's amazing the RPSG has survived 220 years. When I look how hard Scottish Opera's had to work to get to nearly 60, then I'm full of awe and admiration at just what a commitment it's been, and a sense of duty must have sat at the heart of everyone who's played a role in this organisation. I'm really happy to be a very, very small part of it in the 21st century.
With an ever-growing lineup of renowned speakers, and trips to meet up with kindred historical societies, such as the Philosophical Society of Yorkshire, the Royal Philosophical Society of Glasgow continues to flourish and promote knowledge, discourse and fellowship into its 220th year and beyond.
Being the president of a society like this with such a long and illustrious history is a great honour. It's persisted for 220 years. It will continue to be looking ahead as it has always done. There is still a thirst for knowledge. The society exists for its members, and without members, then we're nothing.